Hi, I'm Lillian Florence Eileen Vinayi, or known as Lily in the everyday world. I'm a Bachelor of Business student majoring in marketing. I also work in the marketing field and have a passion for marketing, specifically digital marketing. From my studies to work, I'm always learning new and exciting things about marketing and a variety of marketing techniques, platforms, and strategies that can be executed. I've constructed this portfolio to draw conclusions from my knowledge about this marketing strategy and planning unit. My e-portfolio has been designed to illustrate my personal development of the unit and for me to demonstrate how I have applied my knowledge to not only this unit, but other units as well as in the workplace. When I first looked into this unit and thought of the marketing strategy and planning aspect, I assumed the unit would explore a variety of approaches to marketing and how planning an end goal could be achieved. I presume the unit would revolve around certain academic strategies and marketing processes that it would consist of. I also made the assumption that the unit would educate me on how to write a marketing plan in the form of a template that could then be applied to future proposals. I perceived the unit as a whole of life approach on how to market a product. Whilst each lecture had points of interest, I always find myself most fascinated with the middle units or the body of the unit. The four lecture topics I found most useful to develop my marketing skills and strategies were Week 4, the sustainable marketing strategies, Week 5, focusing on segmentation, targeting, and positioning, Week 6, branding strategies, and Week 7, rationale strategies. Sustainable marketing is defined by Loon as a strategic creation, communication, delivery, and exchange of offerings that produce value through consumption behaviours, business practices, and the marketplace, while lowering harm to the environment and ethically and equitably increasing the quality of life and well-being of consumers and global stakeholders presently for future generations. Week 4 explored sustainable marketing and its implications, as well as concentrating on the corporate social responsibility and how strategies that include a corporate social responsibility can be meaningful to an organisation and how consumers can view this organisation. Working through Assignment 2, our group focused on creating a strategy that incorporated the corporate social responsibility in an attempt to generate more business for Waverley Helpmates. From my current position as a marketing executive for a real estate agency, I knew how important sustainable marketing is, especially as noted in Lecture 4, that the corporate social responsibility is not solely giving money to charity, it involves working for community development. This then led to my suggestion for Assignment 2 of associating a local real estate agency with Waverley Helpmates in an effort to boost revenue through funding provided by the estate agency, as well as painting a picture to consumers that the local real estate agency are good guys. Week 5 investigated the segmentation of markets and how through the definition of the target market can further lead to segmenting into cohorts, leading to different strategies being developed for these target markets. In Assignment 2, after creating our strategies for Waverley Helpmates, we redefined the strategies to be named phases. Phase 1 focused on the definition of the proposed target market, and then through segmentation of the target market, 3 more defined cohorts were created. Further to my knowledge of the STP process, I gained additional support from creating a situational analysis to identify Waverley Helpmates' current situation and their constraints, and then develop potential target markets and select the segments. I found it extremely useful to create a table to illustrate the demographic, geographic, physiographic, and behaviouristic characteristics of the overall target market. To promote this strategy or phase of the target market further, I have implemented this within my current industry in an attempt to increase revenue by making a customer journey more memorable and less generic. Week 6 was my preferred lecture for the unit as I'm highly interested in overall branding, and it was interesting for me to grasp branding strategies and how consumers associate a variety of meanings with certain brands. The portion of the lecture dedicated to how brand managers can strategically create a relationship between a brand and consumers was motivating. I didn't create the brand strategy for assignment 2 for this particular unit. However, for another unit I took this semester, I used this information to create a brand strategy for an assignment. I explored the market research into colours and designs to create an infographic for consumers to learn about Whole Foods Company that was coming to Australia. Whilst the name of the company had already been chosen, I created a brand image around a physical symbol, the language of the brand, and the competitive advantage it offered. Week 7 explored the rationale strategy of the customer experience, touchpoints, and the customer journey. Customer experience is a multitude construct focusing on a customer's cognitive, emotional, behavioral, sensorial, and social responsibility for a firm's offering during the customer's entire journey. Personally, this lecture I understood the most as within the industry I work in, whilst not directly impacting me. For estate agents, they are all about implementing an impeccable customer journey to ensure both a happy customer and repetitive business. As aforementioned, for another unit, we had a client brief to bring a wellness business from overseas to Australia. I used week 7 to create loyalty for the brand to build a relationship with customers. This also allowed me to identify a variety of customer relationship management systems that can be implemented to ensure the chosen organisation runs smoothly. Within my current role, I manage data to create communication between consumers and our business. When data is not correctly input in our CRM, it creates bad data that needs to be deleted as it cannot be used anymore. This includes simple data errors like spelling mistakes in an email address. I was intrigued that the lecture delved into this aspect and focused on data management. I have now implemented a variety of strategies that are simple to ensure the communication channel between our consumers and our organisation is an open channel that we will then create a competitive advantage for our organisation. As a group, we were asked to develop a marketing strategy plan for Waverley Helpmates. We went into the assignment strong, planned the assignment and brainstormed a multitude of ideas. However, due to miscommunication, overthinking the assignment, and overcomplicating it, our team ran into issues very early on, which was quite disappointing. Upon reflection of working in a team, I think it's best practice to narrow down points early and divide up work and frequently meet to discuss the constructed work. Whilst our group did meet weekly, we had one team member who seemed to be quite absent. I personally wish I had spoken up more when I was either confused or believed I understood something more than my teammates. During the semester, one of our teammates began to participate less due to personal reasons. We suggested he withdrew from the unit to focus on his personal business, which was understandable. However, he chose not to. This then led him to having a withdrawn presence for the remainder of the assignments. Throughout my entire university time, I have never had this issue arise. I have worked in groups where individuals don't participate at all. However, this team member made little attempt. Therefore, it was difficult to assign segments of the assignment to this team member as they usually came back half finished. However, they did come back. I learned from this there needs to be a standard set at the beginning of any group assignment, both at university and in the workplace, that then this standard needs to be met across every section of work, and this needs to then be monitored. To my future employers, not only do I know how to develop a marketing project, I understand all of the aspects that go into strategies and planning. I have implemented what knowledge I have gained from this unit across a variety of units I am undertaking, as well as implementing my knowledge into my workplace. Drawing conclusions from my initial reflection, this unit explored more than just a few marketing strategies and planning tactics that I previously thought it would. It also explored social media strategies, pricing and distribution strategies, as well as the international marketing strategies, which I did find interesting. I also believed they were outside of the scope of this unit, so I was pleasantly surprised. I enjoyed this unit and everything it offered, and look forward to continuing to implement my knowledge gained across my other units in the workplace.